Hello everyone, welcome back to the video. Today's video we're going to be doing another tournament prediction, and that is going to be for Lost Tech City 2022. It is the US major that's going on this weekend, as we have two. It is still pretty big. I think VCA is bigger, but this one is still pretty stacked. We're just going to get right into it. Also, just immediately, Esam, I'm going to talk about him like he's going, but he might not be going because of there's like a really bad hurricane in Florida right now. And so he might just not be able to go. Obviously safety first. And also, I don't even know if he could fly, but health is definitely your top priority. So he might not go. We're talking about him like he is going, but if he doesn't go, don't be super shocked. But let's get right into it. Zomba is seeded for first, Meister second, Cosmos third, Esam fourth, Mars and Luis fifth, MVD and Skyj in seventh. Ninth is Goblin, Mudace, Send, and Wadi, and 13th is Lima, Yanni, Base Mage, and Shattuck. Immediately, I feel like Meister should be first seed. No disrespect to Zomba, I just think Meister's been on a heater lately. I feel like he hasn't missed like a top 4 in like a really long time. I don't know why this is being slow. Sorry about this. Let's see. SmashCon, he gets. Oh well, there's the 5, but still top 5. So second, fifth, second, third. Meister has been killing it. So is Zomba though. Zomba hasn't missed a top 8 in a while too. He's got like third, fourth, I think. At his last couple events, so Zomba has obviously been doing amazing as well. But if I had to give it to one, not even based off the matchup, like just who I think wins between them, I probably would give first seed to Meister, because I just think Meister's been playing extremely well recently. I've been very impressed by him. But Zomba are still doing well. Like fourth at Glitch, third at Riptide, third at Shine, third at Rising Grind, ninth at SmashCon. He's been doing amazing. And he does have more recent events than Meister, like Meister's last event being SmashCon. But then Zomba has like 4 top 8s since then, or 4 top 4s since then. So yeah, I totally get why. Also MVD, I feel like we haven't seen MVD since Double Down. I could be wrong, but I don't think he's been anything. Actually, was CEO after or before Double Down? It was after. Or sorry, before. But MVD. Oh, is he expected to play? Oh, MVD has a winning record on Zomba. I think he's up 2-0 on him. Yeah. So that's a very possible upset. Now, granted, probably Zomba has grinded that matchup because you don't want to lose it 3 times in a row. But I could definitely see MVD taking that. That could be a huge upset. Same with Luis over Meister. Just like Politano does really well against Game & Watch. I don't know how good Luis specifically is at the matchup, but I could for sure see it. SkyJ as well. SkyJ can, again, he plays in Incineroar, so I don't really know. It's hard to gauge how he's going to do because that character is so volatile. But not bad at all. Like Incineroar is very, very good. At least like high mid tier. Like I used to think that character was bombs. I think everyone did, but SkyJ showed the truth. And also, we're gonna have to see, is Cosmos playing good Cosmos or bad Cosmos? Because if he's playing good Cosmos, he clears this tournament. If he's playing bad Cosmos, he gets top 8 maybe. So we'll have to see. Let's go into 96 area. See some more detail here. What's this here? Kurama, or not? It's Kazam, or Kazma rather. Wizzy is here. Kronos is here. I haven't seen Kronos in a while. Who else? I could definitely see Dark Wizzy topping. It's like I'm holding my breath for when Dark Wizzy eventually has another crazy run, because it's gonna happen. Danavi, Nico could definitely beat base. I feel like Shulk should destroy Puff, but it's like you might be able to get edge guarded, but also jump, so you should never get edge guarded. Like you can't really get taken off stage because of shield. I feel like Nico definitely could make that upset, and then Esam shouldn't lose, assuming Esam is even there, but he shouldn't lose to base mage. But I could, again, I guess like he shouldn't lose to anyone. He's playing Pikachu and he's goated with that character. Also, Esam over Mars. This will not happen. It just won't. Like I will be well. I'll be happy if it does because it's like finally someone beating their demon. It's not gonna happen. I think Esam has won against Mars once in Alt's history, and it was in grand finals of a tournament where he didn't even win the tournament. He just reset the bracket, and that was like, I think it was like a dream hack or something. And then I don't know. Let's just take a look at these exact head to head. Enough speculation. Um, Mars. Oh, what the? Oh, you get to see all my code, all my hacking. Stop! Don't look. 1-7. Yeah. So one time at DreamHack Montreal, and then like granted, these are all post quarantine or pre quarantine. This is also pre-quarantine. This is post-quarantine. So last time they played, he did win. This was against the Zero Suit. I have to imagine Mars goes Zero Suit again because these are like he's destroying ESAM. Like these are not close sets at all, which I think is really important to account for. Like ESAM even tried the brawler and it didn't work. And that's kind of his ESAM's trump card right now, which I really like is having a brawler. Like having a super specialized character and then a generalist like good character, I think is really good, and I like if ESAM does it. But I could definitely, I imagine Mars upsets him again if ESAM is even there. So we'll have to see. Mute Ace as well. Who does Mute play? Because I think he should be seeded top 8, or at least I would. Mute Ace plays Mars. Ooh, I think I'll look at Mars because we'll go into his run next. I think Mute does have a winning record over Mars, or at least he's beat him. He beat him the most recent time, I believe, at what's it called? The main stage. There it is. Mute Ace. Oh, that's how you spell that. 2-1. Okay, Mars is winning, but he did beat him the last 2 times they played. Or the last time they played, Mudace did win. But granted, this was when Mudace was playing really well, but this is also when Mars was like top like 3 in the world, when Mars was like crazy, crazy. So we'll have to see how that goes. That could be very interesting head-to-head. And then they probably get past Ryan to Nico. No disrespect to those. Actually, Nico might be tough because again, Shulk versus Peach is not good. And then I feel like Mars should destroy Snake. I feel like he'd be amazing against Snake. Maybe not though, so we'll have to see. But he does not seem like he destroys MVD. Like that. That is embarrassing. And MVD is really good. So we'll have to see. Who else do we want to look at? Mars. I mean, we were just talking about why we leave. Mars, I don't know if he's going to be playing Joker. I don't know if he's going to be playing Zero Suit. We haven't seen him in a little bit. Last tournament was Shine. Actually, Shine wasn't that long ago, but it looks like he used Joker, all Joker against Syrup, which he lost. And I think he used mainly Joker against Axiom, or I guess all Joker against Axiom, which I think is interesting. It shows maybe the Joker isn't quite ready, but also he doesn't. I think he loses to Axiom fairly regularly. Then Ness is really hard for Zero Suit. I think they have like a fairly even record, or maybe just like recently. Yeah, 6-3 is not bad, and then the last couple have been going pretty even, and then most of these are at locals. So yeah, we're gonna have to see how that goes. Wait, why am I talking about Axiom? Oh, I was talking about the Joker. I was like, Axiom isn't here. At least I don't think he is. But we're gonna have to see how the Joker goes. Like Mudace could definitely, if Mudace is playing well, if he's feeling good, he could definitely beat Mars, and then he also probably beats ESAM as well. If ESAM is there, assuming ESAM's not there, that means Base Mage gets that spot. Which again, I do think Mudace probably should beat Base Mage. Mars should as well, but that is a lot harder, I think, just like matchup wise. But maybe I'm wrong. So I could see basically every single one of these I think could be, if not is likely to be an upset. And again, not because it is bad seeding, but because the players. Like if ESAM is against Zomba, I think he wins that. That's a bad example. If MVD is against ESAM, I think ESAM probably wins. If SkyJ is against Meister, Meister probably wins. If Luis is against ESAM, that's a better one. ESAM definitely wins. Like Paulo Piku, come on. Paulo Pika, that's like, come on. Cosmos against MVD, again, I feel like a lot of these matchups, if they were switched, it would be very different. But I think this is basically everyone here's best chance to make the upset, which I think is really hype, honestly. And then assuming everyone gets it there. And then in losers, we have a bunch of Sharks too. Like Goblin is really good. He can make a run. Shattuck as well. Probably he or Yanni is the wild card of the tournament. I guess Cosmos is, but like we know Cosmos is going to do fine. Just like, is he going to win? Because Yanni has had some pretty off tournaments lately. I think his last 2 were not great. His last 2 or 3. I think his last good one was Invitational. But like, oh my god, Invitational was such a good run. He played absolutely out of his mind at Invitational, and he could definitely do it again. 33rd at Glitch is a terrible. Losing to PK Chris, who got top 8. Then before that was Smashcon, Rise and Grind, getting 33rd at both those, 65th at Shine. Again, not great placements, not terrible, but we know he can do better, like 33rd at Double Down. So his last good tournament was at CEO, where he did get upset very early on, but then he beat Anathema, he beat Don Quavias, like he got some good wins on the way to 13th place. So I could definitely see Yanni having a pretty good run here. Let's look at his bracket more. Let's see, Meister. Ooh, Meister's really good against Steve. Or at least I think he is. Even though he lost to Onan at SmashCon, he definitely knows the matchup. So that's going to be tough. If he gets past... Actually, it's K-Rule. He would never lose to a K-Rule. But then, yeah, that's going to be tough for Yanni. Not undoable, but that is really, really tough. And then, who was he fighting in losers? Real quick. He was fighting Send, who I imagine he beat Send. And then again, both of them against Mars. Mars has a trouble against Ness and Steve. Honestly, granted, the only time I've really seen them play against Steve was against Aquila, which is really a fair comparison to anyone else. So we'll have to see. But I think that could be an upset again. It's gonna be. I'm very interested to see if Mars is mainly Joker or mainly Zero Suit, because I think that could play a big factor. Who else? There's someone I want to look at Luis's run again, because I have a lot of faith in Luis. I think this guy's crazy, and his bracket is so doable. He has to play Frog, who he probably beats because he's beat Lima at the last two tournaments, I think, that he's done well in. Send, I think he usually beats Send. Also, tragic that they have to play. I feel like they play so much, especially for considered they're like boys. Maybe that's why it's like more dramatized. But there's Louise and Send at Riptide. I guess it was like later in the bracket, but this is like kind of early in the bracket, which sucks because they're like super high seeds, both of them. Let's see. Give me Send. Is it even? 19-15 in Luis's favor, and he has won it the last two times. Actually, no, because he won the reset. So yeah, we'll have to see. They trade sets back and forth. So it's going to be very interesting to see how that one goes. That'll be a set of the tournament for sure. Is there anyone else top 13 I didn't super look at? Wadi. Oh my god, I haven't mentioned Wadi or Lima. Lima, I feel like Wadi. Sorry about that. I feel like Wadi destroys Lima. Actually, Wadi's characters are big. He plays Robin, Mewtwo, and Ice Climbers. But let's not talk about that. Actually, I think Ice Climbers might do well against Bayonetta. And then MVD. I also feel like Wadi would do well against Snake. But then I just feel like a lot of people would do well against Snake. But then also, that's assuming this upset doesn't happen. So Zamba Wadi is I'm not even gonna bother because I have no idea how that goes. I don't know if it's Ditto. I don't know if it's Ice Climbers. I don't know if it's Mewtwo. I don't know what the hell Wadi's gonna do ever, and that's kind of what makes him sick to watch. I'm not gonna lie. Also, he plays so well. People that I think are gonna overperform their seeds. Let's see. Is there anyone I missed? Oh, Dakpo's here. Dakpo plays Lima. That is super. I feel like they would have a ton of matchup experience. I have to imagine. Actually, wait, never mind. Dakpo's Vegas. I thought he was Texas for some reason. In my mind, I don't even know who I was thinking of. But let's see. Maybe they still have a decent amount of matchup experience. Well, it's 0-2, and he lost both times. So maybe that's tough, but hey, it's doable. I think I still have Wizzy here. I mentioned him earlier, and I'm gonna pick him because it's coming. The Wizzy run's coming, and I want to be right when it does. He has to do Atomic, which is doable for sure. And winners, he fights Shattuck, which is really tough. But also, I feel like Wizzy can be good against some of the less, I don't want to say disciplined players because it sounds like that Shattuck isn't disciplined. He just like runs it in there. But like someone, you need to have like a lot of experience against Wizzy to stay calm because he just breaks you down. Double sorties for him. Honestly, super unfortunate. If Goblin doesn't upset Skyjay, which he definitely could. And then I feel like Skyjay Wizzy, it should be Wizzy. Actually, Wizzy, he might lose to a low tier. But I'm still going to predict Wizzy, even though he does have a tough bracket. I'm just going to bank on him beating Shattuck, honestly. Just because, like, I think Wizzy could do very well in that matchup, just like cooling these fiery hot. That was said fiery hot kids. I'm glad I didn't. Well, I guess I kind of did. Whatever. But against like these really young like prodigies that are very quick, very aggressive. Not that Shattuck is like super over aggressive, but he's a pretty fast player. I feel like Wizzy is one of the best players in the world at cooling that kind of playstyle down. And then Zamba is tough, doable, but then at that point, he's already performed his seed, and I don't even care. And then the final person, or not the final, I guess, but the other person is going to be Base Mage. Not because ESAM is DQing likely, but it's because after ESAM, which he should lose, even though I don't think he guaranteed loses, he should do well. Even though Nico is tough with Shulk, assuming Ronnie Chu doesn't beat Nico, or Sandstorm, honestly. Ooh, Sandstorm's here. I love Sandstorm. That's going to be sick. Assuming that Nico doesn't beat Ronnie Chu, or like whatever, assuming Nico wins, it's going to be tough, but still doable. And then Budace is also very doable for Puff. Peach Puff, I think I might have said earlier that it was tough. I don't know. I've talked a lot about Base Mage and how his matchups might be bad. But like Peach and Puff neutral, I feel like it's like Puff is like has the better mobility. That's usually Puff's downside is like pretty slow, even though they're really floating in the air. You are going to be faster than Peach in most circumstances because that character is mad slow, and you might be able to one of the only characters that can bully Peach a little bit off stage. So that's definitely going to be interesting. And then Luis is really tough, but then again at that point overperformed, and we didn't even care at all. Um, my people to win the whole thing are going to be that are in the top two is 100% Cosmos. If he's playing well, he should clear this bracket. Honestly, Luis, this is a very doable for bracket. The only people here that I think Luis would have like a super tough time against would be again Esam, but also again I don't know if Esam's going, and then also Esam is a pretty inconsistent player, so we'll have to see. And then the last person is probably gonna be Wadi. Honestly, I've been super impressed by Wadi lately. He's been very consistent, and he is just using a ton of characters, like too many characters. But maybe he like calmed it down. He slowed down. He's like, okay, these are my two, these are my three, or maybe he picked up a fourth crazy one that I don't know about. That's gonna absolutely farm. All of these are possibilities. But yeah, those are my picks: Wadi, Cosmos, and who's the other one I said? Esam. I already no, I said Luis. My bad. Wadi, Cosmos, and Luis are people that I think could win the tournament. People that I think are going to overperform their seeds are going to be Base Mage and Dark Wizzy. And yeah, thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Be sure to sub, all that yada yada. Support's been really nice lately. If I miss your favorite top player, please let me know down below. I'll be sure to cover them or just say what you want to know about them. And yeah, thank you for the support. Again, it's been really nice, and I'll see you all in the next video. Bye bye.